can be tasty medicine, and I'm pulling some things out of the garden today to put in an Indian-ish stew. Welcome, this is Sherry Traxler with Vireo Life, author of Go Forward, 28 Days to Eat, Move, and Enjoy Life God's Way. I have 3 books I want to share with you and then dive into the recipe that I've concocted. I won't even say created, just concocted. One is 100 Foods to Stay Young. Another is and I'm going to mispronounce this, the Tao of Nutrition. And one is the Simple Book of Herbs. With these ingredients that I have found in here, we're going to create a stew. Of course, we have some grass-fed beef because that is going to be highest in zinc, highest in selenium, highest in vitamin E. Certainly, I think one of the books talked about it being 4 times higher in vitamin E than grain-fed beef. So grass-fed is what you want to go on that. Also, coenzyme Q10 is high in grass-fed beef. Beans, a fabulous plant source of iron, a fabulous plant source of, obviously, of fiber. And tomatoes, lycopene, big deal on that. Some of the herbs that we're going to look at. Star anise, I think is how we pronounce this. This just simply tastes good. I'm sure that it has amazing properties for us, but I have no clue what it is. Fennel, wonderful for digestion. Mint, that I'm going to get out of the garden, great for digestion. Cayenne pepper, great for circulation. Cumin and coriander, which is the seed from cilantro. That is wonderful for digestion as well. Shallots and chives that I'm going to get out of the garden. That is wonderful for our immune system as well as flavor. And I'm also going to throw an onion in there. That's going to be great for immune system as well. Let's get started on this recipe. First thing I did was chop the onion, and while that was beginning to saute, I did all of the spices, grinding those, you saw me do that, and the fresh herbs and dandelion, which, you know, the dandelion adds a little bit of bitter and is certainly good for digestion as well, so it was there by the mint. Instead of calling it a weed, decided to go ahead and use it. But now it's time for the real greens. I am heading out, I think I've got the timer, 4 minutes left on the timer. Go out to the garden, get the kale, bring it in and rinse it so I can have that cooking while all of the rest of this goes in to spice up the stew. I was spared. I opened the can of crushed tomatoes and the lid went flying and got tomato sauce everywhere, but not on me, fortunately. But that reminded me, I need to put my apron on. Not that the kale is going to cause any big mess, but while stirring in the pot, it might. Kale, how we use this is we'll rinse it and then strip the leaves off the stem and then chop it up. You have a couple of options with the greens. I took the lazy route, and that was I went ahead and put it in the stew. It does make the stew a little more bitter having the greens in there, but it's easier. You can also go for presentation and not have the bitterness of the greens in the stew, and that is put the greens in a bowl and put the stew on top of it, serving it that way. The fresh herbs go in right at the end for about the last 5 minutes, and the mint with the greens, it tastes really good, and I'm surprised by that, but that bitterness along with the freshness of the mint go well together. That is my experiment. Let me know what experiments you would like me to try with either herbs or things out of the garden or fresh herbs, fresh spices, anything that you want me to try, I'll be the guinea pig and let you know how it turns out. This is an amazing experiment. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and let me know in the comments the types of videos that you want when it comes to recipes and nutrition. Remember, you can find your path and fulfill your potential.